guys, welcome to DELL Singer Online Esports Showdown 2021 by Gamer.LK. And this is a Clash Royale Grand Finale which is going to happen right now. And of course, we have our sponsors on board. That's going to be title partners as DELL Gaming, Singer Sri Lanka, also peripheral partners as Logitech G. And this tournament is energized by Red Bull. And joining with us for our caster for today is going to be Rajit Nipuna, also known as RMB. What's up, Rajit? What's up, RMB? What's up, man?
Hi, Hela. Thanks for having me. So I'm excited for the final.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, it's going to be the semi-finals happening first. I think it's going to be a best of three as well, right, RMB?
The semis are going to be best of three, and the finals will be best of five.
Best of five, exactly. So the first semi is going to happen right now in any second. And also, it's going to be between Dimitri Fernando versus Chevon Silva. And the in-game name is going to be Dimitri Fernando, also known as MES Dimitri, versus Chevon Silva, also known as Phoenix Exit. So I think just talking about these players, I think it's going to be Dimitri versus Phoenix. I think Phoenix Exit. So I mean, we saw a few matches previously about Exit, like how well he actually performed and how much he did his best and he came to semifinals as well. But do you believe that it's going to be an amazing game which is going to happen as semifinals one? Like would Exit be able to beat Dimitri, or would Dimitri be able to beat Exit? Like, what's your opinion on that, RMB?
Hello. Exit, as we know, he has played a lot of matches with a lot of high-ranked players in this tournament, and they have a lot of unbelievable results as well.
Exactly, yeah.
So he has come to this semi-final, beating those players. So Dimitri, as we know, he has been around the scene for some time, and we have seen him play tournaments and come to these final rounds. So it will be a very exciting match, I guess. Uh,
Exactly.
uh,
I mean,
yeah,
I think we could actually go to the first game, RMB. I mean, yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going to the first semi-finals. Semi-finals match number one is going to happen right now. It's between Dimitri versus Phoenix Exit. So let's see who's going to win right now. So, I mean, of course, Rajit, let's go into the game, RMB. So let's just talk about the
yeah.
game right now. So it's 2 minutes and 41 seconds. And yeah, you could explain the viewers like how this game is gonna take place and what's gonna happen right now. Just a small explanation for our newcomers.
Yeah, so there is 3 minutes of regulation time, and so the basic goal is to get one tower. As you can see, each player has 3 towers there. So what you have to do is you have to use your troops and get one tower down. So within the first 3 minutes, and in case both the players cannot get at least one tower down, so we'll be moving into overtime. That will be 2 minutes, and whoever gets the first tower down there within those 2 minutes will get the win.
Oh wow! So it's just within these 3 minutes they have to just win the game, is it?
Yeah, so it's fast. It's going to be fast.
So at
So
the same time, you can't just preserve your best characters. Actually, you have to just go all out at the first phase because you won't have time to win if that's not it, right?
yeah, so the player should be mindful enough to use the proper character. So to use air defense and ground defense both. So here you can see in the game, Chevon already has got an advantage here. So you can't just go all out in at first as well, because within the first minute there will be a small the elixir generation will be slow, so you'll be getting only a little bit of
Exactly.
elixir to use. Yeah, so players normally
So right now, I think Chevon actually, I think
try to
that's
wait
exit,
the
exit.
first minute, play it slow, see how it goes. Right.
Exactly, and
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure like Exit is
exit.
actually having this game. Yeah, having this game. Like he actually has the advantage here, right? Right now.
Yeah, you can see exit has already taken more than half of Dimitri's tower on the left. But you can see that Dimitri is giving like a good push here, so he might be able to get past his defense, get to the
Oh, I
tower.
think they're actually engaging here right now.
Yeah, so Dimitri is going all in, swimming with his troops here.
I mean, did he
And
actually? I mean, did he actually use his giants or like, or are they not planning to use his giants or?
Yeah, so Dimitri has a different kind of deck. So you can see both of them are using the Royal Hogs, those four piglets, to
Yes,
try
yes,
to
yes.
get to the next tower. So both of them are. So you can
Oh,
see
we see the
Dimitri.
first winner.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
Dimitri has got
Dimitri
the first
actually
winner.
managed to win the first game there, and I mean, we clearly saw how Exit actually, had the advantage in the first few phases of the game. But then again, Dimitri actually pushed so much in the latter, I mean, like the later part of the game. And what do you think about the first game? Like what did Exit do wrong there, like to lose there?
Yeah. So Exit used a lot of elixir on his defense. So he could not get an offense going. But Dimitri, on the other hand, he was saving up his elixir during the first minute. So we did see Exit getting a lot of damage to Dimitri's tower, but he did not save up enough elixir when it came to the last final minutes. So that's what helped Dimitri to give a big push and take the tower.
Exactly. But then again, it's just the first match as well, RMB. We have two more matches to go, but it all depends on Chevron if the third match is going to be played or not. So, with that being said, I think we are totally ready to go for match number two. And let's see what's going to happen. I mean, let's just predict before going into the game. Let's just predict. RMB, what do you think, man? I mean, what do you think about Exit right now? Like, would he be able to come back and win the second game? Or do you think that think that Dimitri would actually could pull it through and just win from the second game?
Yeah, so Exit, as you saw, he had a chance to win even on the first game. So I think he'll be giving a good battle here and saving up his elixir, learning from his mistake from the first match. But
Exactly.
Dimitri, as you saw, he came from behind and
Exactly. I mean, RMB. Yes,
got
with
the
that, I
victory
think
at the end.
we could actually go into the game right now. So let's see what's gonna happen. So this is gonna be the second game. It also could be the last game. It all depends on Chevron. And so let's see what's gonna happen in the second game of this Clash Royale semi-finals match number one. So it's gonna be semi-finals one and match number two. My bad, guys. It's gonna be semi-finals one and match number two. So right after this game, we can predict, like, we can right after the semi-finals one, it's gonna be a semi-finals two as well, and then it's gonna be the grand finale, which is gonna happen within today. So we are going back to the second game. So this could be the last RMB. I mean, we never know, right?
Yeah, it can. Yeah, so I can see that Exceed is using the same set of cards that he used on the first match as well. But Dimitri looks like he has different deck here. So the whole deck is not revealed that let's see how it goes.
So we can see how powerful actually Dimitri is. I mean, with that being said, I mean, we saw like in previous tournaments as well, Dimitri had pushed through so many of the games. So let's see what's going to happen. It's just 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go. So what's just happening there? Okay, he just
Yeah, so Exit, as you can see, he's using Sabis, and Dimitri is putting down his and the Musketeer is being firewalled there. So Musketeer is a very powerful card if you use properly. I think Dimitri might use it to his advantage here. As you can see,
ooh,
he was protecting his Musketeer there with and the Musketeer is still alive. That's why it's very important to have that Musketeer alive because that he has an she has a pretty big range.
oh, we see the piglets now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Dimitri is actually pushing so much here. So okay, I think he actually got managed to get the
Yeah, okay, this seems to be a good push by Exit, but it's dying down there. You can see the power of the Musketeer again, attacking both the sides of the arena.
exactly. And with that being said, it's just 48 seconds to go. I think exit could do something here. I mean, like including Dimitri. So let's see what's gonna happen here
Yes,
as well.
that's a
Just
massive push there, and you can see how much damage those hogs are getting, even with few hits on the tower.
exactly just 30
Already,
seconds left to go. I think it's time. Time for exit and Dimitri both to go all out right now because it's gonna be the final battle here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think? Who has the upper hand here, RMB?
Yeah, so Dimitri will have to first defend this push, and as you can see, Dimitri has set up two spawners on the back, and it's going to keep spawning those fire spirits, and I think
Okay, it's just
Exit
one
will
second to
have
go,
to.
and there we go. It's a sudden death. Okay,
Okay, now
120. Okay,
it's the overtime. So whoever gets this tower is gonna win.
okay, so okay, it's gonna be Dimitri section pushing so much here.
Yeah, so you can again see that Musketeer from the behind with just a stream of health
Oh my god.
was able to get the tower, and he's
And
gonna
did it.
poison for the win. Yeah,
Okay, so that's it. That's about it. Oh my god.
yeah, that's it. So
And so
Dimitri
good
actually,
game is being called by Exit right now. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a best of three, and Dimitri had won both the games. It's gonna be a 2-2 match, and that's it, guys. That's gonna be a semifinals one just ended right there, and Dimitri crowned as the winner, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk to RMB for a second. RMB, we saw how the game was being played, the first match and the second match. So what was the difference between the second match, because we saw an overtime happening there. So like how did that happen, and why do you think why do you think, what was the reason for Exit to actually lose the game after the overtime?
yeah. So the deck that Exit was using, so it had a mirror. It didn't have. I think he should have used a different card other than a mirror there. The upper hand that Dimitri had was he was using his spawners. As you can see, those spawners he used
Yeah,
uh, to defend all the pushers from Exit, and basically Exit did not have an answer for the poison and the hogs. And
yeah.
Dimitri actually used the musketeer well. Yeah, he used the musketeer a lot and saved her without letting her die, which helped him to push.
So I mean, that was a huge accomplishment from his side, saving the musketeer and not letting him die, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's a good game as well, and that's GG as well. So I mean, that's it, guys. That's gonna be the semifinals match. Semifinals won by Dimitri Fernando. And with that being said, Armin, shall we take a small break and come back with the second game? I think it's gonna be the semifinals two happening pretty soon. So guys, stick around, because we'll be right back with you just right after this short break. So guys, we'll be right after this short break. Stay tuned.
Excuse me. හරි හරි පටන් ගමු.
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකෙ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල් නේ.
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඩෙල්. මොකක්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ටක් ගාලා සිගයකට දුවලා ඉන්නද?
ඒ මොකටද?
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකෙ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප් වසර දෙකක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න.
ලැප්ටොප් නම් ඩෙල්. ඩෙල් නම් සිග.
Red Bull gives you wings. ඒක නම් දැන් රහසක් නෙවෙයි.
Green dreams, it seems are coming true for you, for you. Bright nights and lights following me. I see. The long, long way down. I got a secret, yeah, I've been reaching up to the sky. I got the power now. Quietly taking the power, wondering what's I like it just fine. 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 I'm trading in the mountains and seas for the chaos and cold city breeze. And I'm trying to be something other than me. In my mind, I am free. I got a secret, yeah, I've been reaching up to the sky. I got the power now.
Hi guys, welcome back to DELL Online Esports Showdown 2021 by Gamer.LK. And of course, this is the Clash Royale semifinals match number 2 and the grand finals gonna happen within today. And ladies and gentlemen, let me present you a caster for today, and that's gonna be RMB. RMB, hi man, welcome back. RMB?
Yeah.
I think.
Hi, Ella.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought you were disconnected for a second there. You know what?
No,
yeah.
I'm here.
So RMB is back with us, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to be the semifinals 2, which is going to happen between Tarusha Veerasekara versus Anjana. So Tarusha, aka that's also known as NA Thor versus Anjana. That's going to be Phoenix Noob King. So Thor versus Noob King, like pretty similar, pretty familiar of these two names. So I mean, let's just ask RMB, a few things of these two players. What do you think about Thor and Noob King? Like, are you familiar with these names, and are they like really good? Like,
Yeah. So Thor and Noob King, so they have been in the leaderboards for some time on the top 50. So they're both good players. So even now, Thor is like top 7 on in Sri Lanka, and
Oh,
Noob
wow.
King is not that behind as well. So both of them are good players, and they have played tournaments before, and they have experience. So we'll see.
So
I expect a good, yeah.
exactly. So I mean, pretty much just saying Thor is being on the leaderboard. So I mean, we all expecting some underdogs. So maybe like Noob King could actually win this game. We have no clue. We just have to expect. I mean, we just have to see what the game is all about. And it's gonna be it's gonna be Clash Royale semi-final match number 2, which is gonna undertake in a few minutes of time. So just before that, we should also remind you guys, as our sponsors who are on board, title partner as the DELL Gaming, Singer Sri Lanka, also peripheral partners as Logitech D, Logitech G, and also this tournament is energized by Red Bull. So let's just. I think we could actually go into the game. I think it's gonna be a semifinals too, and it's gonna be a best of 3 as well. So let's see if it's gonna go for the third and final game, or if it's gonna end like the previous game in match 2. So RMB, I mean, how long have you been playing Clash Royale for?
Yes, I have been playing Clash Royale for 5 years. The whole 5 years
Oh,
since
okay.
it started,
So,
I have been playing since the beta.
oh, that's just a long time, my friend. I mean, it's
Yeah.
about time you got on the leaderboard.
So I have focused more on playing tournaments rather than playing on the leaderboard. So because I have
Yeah.
to, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, like the way things are going right now, I think you could get into casting as well. So that being said, let's get into the game, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be the Dell Singer Online Esports Showdown 2021. There's gonna be the semifinals 2, match number 1, which is going currently right now. I'm taking currently right now. So it's gonna be between NA Thor versus Phoenix Noob King. So let's get into the first game and see what's going on. Over to you, RMB.
Yeah, so Thor is playing Lava Hound Balloon deck. So it's a pretty popular meta deck these days. And Noob King, as we can see, he's playing a different sort of deck. We'll see how he can manage the air attack from Thor. So okay, that was a nice predictive fireball there by Noob King. But Thor is defending again with the miner there. Uh,
So basically, basically the few minutes, like as in like the first 1.5 minutes, you have to take it a little bit slower than you want to. Is it, or do you want
yeah.
to go all out like in the first minute
So
itself?
most of the time, the players with a heavier deck, especially like the deck that Thor is playing right now, so what they will do is they'll take a little bit of time to get a feel on what the other player is playing. So other players who will have a fast cycle deck like Noob King here, so they will try to go fast in and get some damage before the double elixir kicks in, where the heavy deck is going to shine.
So I'm just gonna ask RMB. It's something I've always had in my mind right now. So
Yeah.
during like during this tournament, there's will be some matches they have to face to come up to this level, to come up to semifinals and then the grand finale. So like what's the better thing to do? Like the first few games, like are they gonna play with the same deck of cards, like same deck, or are they like planning on keeping those best cards, that's like the best deck later, and then
So,
play it on the semifinals?
yeah. So the first few matches, they'll only get a chance of best of one, and there won't be any banned cards as well. So
Yeah.
so it'll be better to play with some familiar decks so that you can go in, because you won't be having a second chance if you lose within that best of one. So
Exactly.
most of the
That being said,
players,
I think, yeah.
yeah, here
Oh,
we
I
can
think
see.
Thor actually managed to win.
Yeah,
Is it?
so
Oh my.
yeah, that's where the heavier deck shines in the second half of the match,
Ho, ho,
where
ho.
they get a lot of elixir.
So I think that's gonna be game number 1. Actually, Thor winning that. Discharging Thor winning that actually. So, I mean, like just talking about the game right now. Like I think we maybe both the teams actually took it slow, like a bit slower than they usually did. But at the at like the second, like as in like 2.5 minutes on the mark, we saw some difference. Like what was that all about?
Yeah, so the deck that Thor was playing, the main idea of that is to get a big push, save the elixir. Even if you lose one tower, they are not going to be worried about it. They are going to think well about pushing with one heavy push, so that they can get one or maybe even the king tower and get the win straight away. So that's what Thor did there. He was waiting. He was saving his elixir. He wasn't getting excited and nervous, uh,
Uh,
even though Noob King was getting damaged. So that that last push, that's what helped him.
Exactly, and RMB. There's also something to be said. Like during that gameplay, like that the first game is already done and dusted, but we are planning on going for the second game, and it could be the last game as well if Thor actually wins this. And that being said, I think we are actually going to the second game, and this could be the last game of Let's see what's gonna happen in this gameplay. So are they playing with the same deck of cards? Like are they like is Thor playing the same deck, or it changed?
Thor seems to have changed the deck from the 5 cards that we are seeing on top. But Noob King has maybe a variation of the deck that he was playing before, or maybe a different one altogether. But we can see some familiar cards there,
Exactly. I think we
and
just started the
starting to
match
spawn
right
there.
now. Exactly. So just 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go. This could be the last game, or maybe it could not be the last game. We might be able to see the final game as well. So let's see what's gonna happen here. RMB, over to you. So what's happening in RMB? Like, what do you like?
Yeah,
What like?
yeah.
Are
So
they like
both
shading
of
here?
them have. Yeah, so both of them have laid down two spawners. I have a feeling that both of them might be playing a heavy deck. Uh, Thor is actually playing a heavy deck. You can see he has Pekka in the back, so he will be trying to make a big push, just like he did in the first match. Once the 2 minute mark is done there.
I think, and that means it. I think they're
Okay.
planning on pushing, and there you
Yeah.
go. I think that's gonna be
Yeah, that's the Pekka you can see there. So
here's
Pekka
good
is a
shot.
heavy tank. You can get a lot of shots in, but can be easily distracted. So let's see how Noob King will go with his defense here.
I think Pekka will go down there. Let's see.
Okay, he's using the setties there.
So the Tsepi is actually there's a quite number of damage, is it?
Yeah, yeah, they do. They are very good at stopping troops because the whole troop gets sapped for half a second. So.
I see a
And this is
witch
the
there.
newest card. Yeah, that's the Mother Witch. So that's the newest addition. So any
So
card
I
that the
mean,
Mother, yeah,
exactly. RMB, I think that's a unique card though. Like I have not seen the witch being played, and not even the previous game, right?
yeah. So the thing with the witch is whichever troop she kills, she'll start spawning a hog. So she is a powerful card if you use it the right way, and you can see a lot of people using that card in this current meta.
Exactly, and who has the upper hand here? There is just 7 seconds
Yeah,
more to
so
go.
yeah, Thor, I don't think he can push
And
here.
good game is being called, and I think Thor wins again. No, oh no, it's not Thor. It's Noob
It's
King.
Noob King, yeah, it's
So it's
Noob
gonna
King.
be 1-1. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be the third match, which is gonna happen in any second now. I mean, we clearly saw like it was just going back and forth, but then again we saw the witches coming from both the teams, right? I think both the players actually managed to get down that witch, and let's just explain what happened there. RMB, I think you are better at it more than me.
Yeah, so Thor is using a Pekka deck. As I told, Pekka can get easily distracted, and it's a bit hard to get a push going on once the other player has spawners. So Noob King was using two buildings. One was spawning those goblins, and the other one was spawning the fire spirits. So it was a bit hard for the Pekka to get through to the tower and make any damage. And also Thor did not manage to use his miner to get the damage out of the tower. So I think Noob King played it smart there, coming out with that deck. It was the same deck that he used in the first match too.
To
Uh,
manage to
yeah,
win with the same deck. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. But at the same time, RNB, what do you think about Thor's deck? Because we saw how Thor plays, right? We saw how he actually plays with his tanks. I think there was two Pekkas being brought in that deck. Like, what do you think? I mean, like, what do you think of these two players? Playing like and their playing styles.
yeah. So Thor, as we see in over the past few tournaments, he's a very good player with playing any sort of deck. He can easily adapt to any sort of deck. But Noob King, I think he was smart here. A few mind games going on, I guess, because he came back with the same deck that he used in the first match, even though he lost it and got back the win. So I think he's pretty confident with that particular deck with the set of cards, and might be playing the same deck on the third match as well. Let's see.
Let's see. I mean, with that being said, I think we are about to go for the third game right now. So let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen there as well. And RMB, like, who do you think is I mean, who do you think will actually win the final game? I mean, it's a pretty risky and pretty hard question to be asking you, but
Yeah. So from the few cards I can see, I have okay. There you go. Thor seems to be playing an Expo deck. So these are pretty fast decks, and once that Expo get locked into the tower, also that's it. That's it.
oh,
And
okay.
Noob
So
King
he's not
seems to
gonna.
be, yeah, Noob King seems to be playing a heavy deck here. He's playing the Royal Giant deck, which is very famous these days in the meta. So there you go. You can see Thor already laying down his X-bow, but easily the Royal King is going past it. We'll see if he can defend it. He's using the Tesla there to defend it. That's a very good way to defend with the Royal Giant. Let's see how it goes.
And exactly, I think I mean pretty much I'm pretty sure that Thor saw that previous game. I mean Thor actually wanted to get that tank on board, and maybe he wanted to actually win that. But this game we can clearly see that he wants a fast-paced game, right? He wants to finish it off. He doesn't want to
Yeah,
loitering around.
yeah, but I'm sure now that both of them know what decks they're playing. So
Oh,
now
I
they'll be
think
trying to, yeah. So now they'll be trying to get a strategy in. So Thor, what he would want to do is try to lay out those Teslas as much as possible, and then get a export down and lock it in the tower. But Noob King, what he has to do is he can easily use the Royal Giant there and try to go through the Expo and the Tesla and to get to the tower as well.
with that being said, it's just 60 seconds to go, 55 seconds to go. I mean, who do you think
Yeah.
who he has the advantage right now, the upper hand?
Yeah, both the players you can see this the towers are still at the same amount of XP. So they have not taken any big margins here. Both of them are still trying to get in a push going.
Do you think
and,
RMB we would go
you
for
can
the
see that
overtime?
Noob King. Yeah, I have a good feeling that this match will go into overtime. So here you can see that. Okay, there you go. He's using Tesla very well. But still, the Royal Giant manages to get a few hits into the tower.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome to Dell Singer Online Esports Showdown 2021 by Gamer.LK, and this is the save files match number 2 of Clash of Royale. So and we have our title partners Dell Gaming and Singer Sri Lanka, also peripheral partners as Logitech G. Also this tournament is energized by Red Bull, and just with joining with us for today we have our caster, and that's going to be Rajit Nipuna aka RMB. Hi man, welcome back.
Hi, Anas.
We had a minor interruption there, and we'll be getting into the final game right now. So final game as in the same files match number 2 final game, which has been which will happen right now any second. So RMB will start off talking about the banning phases as well, the banning the cards as you said, and let's
Yeah.
get into the game. No. So yeah, we'll be getting into the game in few seconds right now. So this is the semifinals to NA Thor versus Phoenix Noob King, and we'll get back into the game and see what's gonna happen here. So good luck has been called here. So let's talk about the banning cards as well. So all up to you, RMB.
Yeah, so in the final stages of the players get to ban a card for each player. So both of the players will not be able to use those cards, regardless who bans them. So for this match, the players have banned the Royal Hogs and Tornado. Most of the time, the players will try to ban the card the opponent most plays the most and has played the most in the past. So I think Noob King and Thor have played each other enough to know their strengths and weaknesses. So I think that's the reason that they have banned the Royal Hawk and the Tornado.
Exactly, and right now we have just about a clue of how things are going. But at the same time, we also saw before how these two teams, how these two players, to be specific, how they fight off against each other, like stopping the waves and stopping the pushes. I mean, we particularly saw how strong these two players are, right? Phoenix Noob King versus Thor.
Yeah, so we did see them getting very close in the first match as well. So
It's
at first,
1-1 also, RMB. It's 1-1 also. It's going to
yeah,
be the final game. So pretty close. So let's see what's going to happen. 1 minute and 22 seconds to go. And do we have any clue of who would have, who has the advantage right now? Or as we can see, it's an equal gameplay, right?
yeah. So far, I think the main battle is going to be once the double elixir kicks in. So Thor will be able to lay down those Xbox faster and the Tesla, and Nuke King might try to put the Royal Giant in the back and start a big push once the double elixir kicks in. So there you can see Nuke King starting with the
Oh,
Royal Giant on the back.
I mean, the Mother Witch actually just melted there with that.
Yeah, the fireball. Yeah. There you can see Thor trying to get a lock in with the Expo, but that was good defense from Noob King.
Are we seeing a giant from Noob King? Or
Yeah,
is
so
that...
that is the Royal Giant that Noob King is using. So he's going to try and get that lock in with the tower, and
I
that's
was just hitting the escalation army as well, going on with the giant.
yes. And Thor seems to be using the Tesla to his advantage there, trying to stop the Royal Giant from getting any hits. But
Pretty much an equal game happening here. And yes, we see another overtime, 2 minutes extra time. So is these 2 minutes being is these 2 minutes being randomly given, or is it a fixed
yeah,
overtime like 2 minutes?
so it's a fixed overtime, the 2 minutes, and what happens in 2 minutes? The last minute of the 2 minutes, it'll go into triple elixir, so the players will have a lot more elixir to play with, and that's when it gets interesting and more chaos.
Oh, so let's see what's gonna happen here. The skeleton arm being destroyed. So now we see a hit coming from there.
Yeah, and yeah, so Thor is still trying to get that lock in with the Expo, but Noob King has a good defense to stop it, so he's easily getting those Teslas down and stopping any chance of getting a lock in with the tower.
Just 60 seconds to go. And let's see what's gonna happen here. So Noob King actually going all out right now. Lock being thrown here.
Yeah, so it's going to be a huge push, and it's a fireball in, and okay, that was a good defense from Thor. He easily got it.
But I think Noob King actually has the advantage here. Or is it Thor?
Yeah, no, Noob King has an advantage because he is using the Royal Giant. So just even one hit from the Royal Giant gets a lot of HP out of the tower. And there you can see that Thor is having a hard time getting a lock in with the tower because of the
Just
Royal
15
Giant.
seconds to go.
Yeah,
15
so
seconds to go as well.
Yeah, so once the timer goes out, I think this is Muslim's game now.
Oh wow. So we actually have an underdog coming again. And there you go, guys. It's a tie breaker? Okay, so it's
Yeah,
a
so once the 2 minutes are done and the overtime is finished, whoever has the lowest HP in the tower loses.
So there
So
you go,
that's why
ladies and
Noob King
gentlemen.
won that.
Semi-finals 2 is just being ended, and Noob King manages to win the semi-finals match number 2. It was just 2-1 as well. Both the players gave it their best shot, and especially Ineto actually did his best job as well. But unfortunately, he had to lose this game. But Phoenix, Noob King, manages to win the semi-finals too, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, we are getting back up. We are getting ready for the grand finale as you guys are. So guys, with this short break, we'll be right back with you shortly, bringing you the grand finale, which is gonna happen right after this break. So guys, we'll take a short commercial break and be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, guys.
එක්ස්කියස් මී හරි හරි පටන් ගමු
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකෙ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල්නේ
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඩෙල්. මොකක්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ටක් ගාලා සිගයකට දූලෙන්නද?
ඒ මොකටද
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකයේ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප් වසර දෙකක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න.
ලැප්ටොප් නම් ඩෙල්. ඩෙල් නම් සිග.
Red Bull gives you wings. ඒක නම් දැන් රහසක් නෙවෙයි.
Green dreams, it seems are coming true for you, for you. Bright nights and lights following me. I see. It's a long, long way down. I got a secret, yeah, I've been reaching up to the sky. I got the power now. Quietly taking a bow, wondering what's I like it just fine. 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 Trading in the mountains and seas for the chaos and cold city breeze. And I trying to be something other than me. In my mind I am free. I
Hi guys, welcome back to DELL Singer Online Esports Showdown 2021 by Gamer.LK, and we are getting ready for our grand finale of Clash of Royale. So and of course joining with us today as our caster, as we mentioned before as well, it's going to be Rajit Nipuna, aka RMB. So RMB, we are getting ready for the grand finale, which is going to happen any second now. It's going to be between Dimitri versus Noob King. Now this match is gonna be really really intense. I think. RMB, what do you think, man? What do you think of this match? This is gonna be the grand finale. It's gonna be a best of three as well. Sorry, best of five as well. My bad. It's gonna be a best of five. So the first three games to be won by a particular player is gonna win the game as well. So it's gonna be best of five. It's gonna be it's sometime, maybe like it's gonna be an intense match, that's for sure. But that being said, RMB, what do you think this match is gonna be? How do you think they're gonna play, and what do you think the decks are gonna be like for both of these players?
Yeah, hi, Ella. Yeah, so I have feeling that we might go for the whole five matches here,
Oh
because
wow,
these
so
two players, yeah, because these two players were having very close wins during the course of the tournament. So they are very competitive, and I have feeling that Dimitri might go with a bit heavy decks. And Noob King, he has been always using different sort of decks, and it's really hard to predict that what deck he might be using today. So we might have to go into the game and see. And the ban cards are also Elite Barbarians and the Balloon. So
so
that,
so I mean,
yeah,
just talking about the ban cards, what were those cards like? You just spoke of, like, are these like tanky cards, or like are these like just a fast pace gaming cards, or like?
yeah, Elite Barbarians are a kind of a tanky card and fast pace as well. They have a huge damage, and also they are very fast. And we did see New King using Elite Barbarians with the Thor on the final match. That helped him get that win as well. And the balloon, so we did see Thor using the balloon in his Lava Hound deck. And once that balloon gets to the tower, it deals at least 700 HP of damage. So I think these two bands are very specific bands, thinking about some specific decks, so that they would not have to face them again. We'll see how Nuking and Dimitri handles this.
Exactly. And RMB, from your own perspective, from your own opinion, which card, or which deck, not deck being specific, but which card do you think is going to be going to be really powerful, which could actually change the whole game? Which card do you personally think we would have to be afraid of?
Yeah, I think more than a card, I think it's the decks that might be very dangerous here. So there are few decks running in the meta that are very hard to beat, a bit overpowered as well, especially with decks that have Electro Giant and the Mother Witch both in it. So we have been seeing those decks going around a lot
So
in
are
the past.
these decks being? I'm so sorry to disturb you, RMB, but
Yeah.
are these decks being like, basically, can you like customize your own cards and put it into one deck, or like, are these decks being bought, like, like like fixed? Like, you get what I mean?
No, yeah. So you can substitute any, you can have your any customized decks, but most
Okay.
of the time on tournaments, what the players will be using, uh, especially in Sri Lanka, and players what they'll be using is most of the decks that are used in international tournaments as well.
Oh, okay.
So what we see in a lot of international tournaments and in higher up leaderboard matches. Those are the decks that they will be using, because those decks will be the ones that are most suited for the current meta, that will help them get the matches. Uh, get the easy win.
Exactly. And with that being said, we are right back into our grand finale, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be the Clash Royale grand finale, match number 1, which is happening right now. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. It's gonna be Dimitri versus Noob King. So we'll get back into the first game and see how this grand finale first game is being played. RMB, what do you think, man?
Yeah, so Dimitri, as I told before, he's playing a bit of a slow-paced deck. He's using the Graveyard as his main card. And Noob King, as you can see, he's using the Electro Giant there. So this is a very popular card these days and a very strong card. So I have a feeling that this will be a very good matchup.
Yes, of course. So, I mean, right now it's still going on equal balance, but at the same time, we see Dimitri actually pushing so much right now, trying to get those covers here.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see Dimitri again using that Musketeer that he used in the semi-final matches as well. So if he does use that card, I think that will give him a big advantage here in this game.
Exactly,
And
and
looking, yeah,
yeah, and exactly, like that being said as well, I mean, we know the decks, could be changed or something like that, but right now what we see is I don't think Dimitri actually, Dimitri actually didn't play with the same deck, is it? I mean, he just changed up his deck every few
yes,
times.
yes, that's right. He has been playing with a different deck each match he played from the semi-finals. But New King seems to be going around with the same set of cards that he used. So those two spawners, as you can see, the Goblin Hut and the Furnace, he's been using those cards in the semi-final matches as well. And I think that's a smart move because they have been giving him a lot of advantage in the matches.
We'll see where you for the first Just 30
Yes, 30
seconds left to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and already Dimitri seems to be having a advantage with the damage there.
I mean, we saw.
Okay, so we are
saw the
seeing the
first,
first, yeah, we are seeing the first graveyard push from Dimitri. If he
I mean,
gets,
is Nooking having the advantage here, or
yeah, so if in case Dimitri gets a proper push with that graveyard, then Nukin will be in a lot of trouble. But he's using his prawns very well to his advantage. So you can see that he keeps putting up furnaces and the goblin huts over and over again. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to get a nice push with those storm units.
exactly just overtime? 1 minute and 20 seconds more to go.
Yeah, and we are very close to that 3 elixir phase of the game, and you can see Dimitri trying to give in another graveyard push. And the advantage that Nuking is having is that Mother Witch, which he is using to defend the graveyard, and which keeps on spawning those pops, and it will be very hard for Dimitri to defend that.
45 seconds to go. I think the grave. Okay, now it's been destroyed there. Nooking actually trying to push the wave and go for the tower here. I think. Pretty much. I think Dimitri actually took some damage there, didn't he?
Yeah. So that was a good counter push from Nuking. He defended the graveyard well, and he used that Electro Giant. I think there you go. He's using that again. And protecting his troops behind so that he can have that big push. And he's using that tornado very well to get all the troops into the fireball range. And I think Nuking is going to get the tower here.
And there you go. It's a and I
It's
think
a tiebreaker. Yeah, the first match.
oh, Are we seeing the win on Noob King right now?
Yeah, that's right. New King actually
Oh,
got a lot
okay.
of damage in this.
And guys, that was the first game of the grand finale. And Noob King actually managed to win the first game. There are four more games to go. If I mean, four more games to go. As in, it all depends on this player. So if you know, if it's a tie, there's always going to be the fourth and the fifth match. So let's see what's going to happen, because the second game is going to be within a few minutes of time right now. So, that being said, I mean, let's just talk about the first game which happened right now. Noob King actually managed to win that RMB. So, I mean, it went to overtime as well of 2 minutes. But what do you think happened? Like, what do you think Dimitri did wrong there? For Noob King to actually win that, because we saw some, like intense battles there. I mean, trying to push back and forth. But Noob King actually managed to push through and win the first game. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Noob King was actually patient with the pushers from Dimitri, and both of them were equally. They were both equal when we went into overtime. But those two pushers that Noob King got after defending the graveyard from Dimitri, those two pushers are the ones that changed the game and gave the advantage over to Noob King to get that damage down and easily get that win.
And with that being said, I think Dimitri, I think his first deck actually couldn't win the first game, but maybe he could do something about the second game, and maybe like, what do you think? Would he change his deck, or would he actually? And that being said, I think we could actually go for the second game here. So I mean, did he
Yeah,
actually
so
change
there
up
you
his
can.
deck, or?
Yeah, he has changed his deck to a Royal Recruit Royal Hog game, and you can see that Noob King is going to play a Golem deck. So I love the Golem decks, and we'll see how he's going to play this. Noob King will have to be a bit patient at first with this deck, and maybe get some damage before he starts pushing in.
Exactly, and I mean, it's a second game, and Dimitri could actually do something about the second game, because he lost the first game, and there's a comeback game he could actually win and make it a tie. Make it a tie. So
Yeah, he seems to be having the defense cards that he that he needs to get this column push from Noob King in the game to get back at him. But it depends on how he's going to use that Inferno Tower and the Royal Recruits to his advantage.
and we see the piglets there.
Yeah, Dimitri
We also
seems
see
to be.
another new character there. I mean, could you
Yeah,
explain who
that is
that
the
character?
Night Witch. The Night Witch, she'll be spawning bats every now and then, and so you get that Night Witch behind the column, and that's going to be a headache for Dimitri for sure if he doesn't get that uh, Night Witch killed soon. Okay, you can see the first golem push from Noob King. And he's using the Sappies to his advantage there, Dimitri. The Sappies are very good at defending the golem. As you can see, the Inferno Tower is just perishing of that golem and the golemites. And on the right side, you can see the hog push from Dimitri. That's a good counter push. But Noob King has a good chance if he goes in with this golem push and use that lightning to his advantage.
This is good coming out of Noob King here. I mean, Noob King actually has the advantage of the first game, so he could have, like, he might have that motivation, just to win this game and finish it off in the next game. But I mean, just
Yeah,
3 seconds to go.
in
We
the
can
last
see. Oh my God!
3 seconds.
Wait, did it just go to overtime right now?
Yeah, because
Okay,
Noob King, yeah, on the last 3 seconds he got that push going on,
Oh my
and you can
God,
see
Noob King is
he's
just
going to be
exactly.
around the
what just happened there? Did Noob King win the second game as well? But then
Yeah,
again, we saw how close the game was. But let's just take a step back and RMB. Let's just take a step back and just talk about what just happened during the second game. Because second game, as we saw, because Dimitri actually got destroyed during the second game. Like maybe he actually had the deck, the defensive deck, but I think it was too powerful for Noob King. Actually, sorry, it was like Noob King's deck was actually too powerful. Is it like he actually managed to get all the
yeah.
towers except one?
So yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, so Noob King had to be patient at first to get in that one last big push that he wanted, and that's exactly what he did. He was waiting patiently. He didn't panic that his first tower was down, and he got that golem and that night witch behind, and just that one push made him go and get all the three towers and get the game.
Exactly, and it was the final. I mean, it's gonna be the final game for Noob King, to be honest. So let's see what's gonna happen during the final game as well. I mean, it all depends on. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the third game. This could be the final game. It all depends on Noob King, how well he performs this game, and it all depends on Dimitri if he wants to actually win this game and go to a tiebreaker during the next game. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Is it gonna be a 3-0 or is it gonna be 2-1 in this game? So I mean, what do you think right now between these decks? Like, who do you think has the advantage and upper hand right now?
Yeah, Dimitri seems to be going all in there in the first push itself. So Dimitri is again playing a bit of a heavy deck here. It is a Lava Hound deck, but Noob King, as you can see, he has good defense against that Lava Hound. And with the balloon out of question because of the ban, I think there's a good chance for Noob King here to get that defense down and push back again with that Electro Giant like he did on the first match.
Exactly. So let's see what's gonna happen here. It's gonna be the final game if actually Noob King, for Noob King.
Yeah, and
I mean,
I
is
think
he
Dimitri is
like
under a lot of pressure now.
I mean, is Noob King the underdog of this, of this tournament? Because like, have we seen Noob King actually win a tournament, or is Dimitri the person who actually wins every tournament?
Actually, Noob King, so he has been beating a lot of ranked players during this tournament, and he got a lot of close wins as well. They were very exciting matches, and I really think Noob King will be the underdog here if he gets this win. And you can see already he has taken down the left tower to 626 HP. So Dimitri will have a lot of work in his hand to get that right tower down. And as you can see, he's using that Royal Giant, the Electro Giant every time to his advantage. And there you go, the lightning.
I mean, right now I think Dimitri is actually having this. I mean, going down right now because we see here close to 2 towers. I mean, Noob King actually.
Yeah. So
Oh wow!
Noob King can easily. I think he's.
Oh
going
my
to
God!
let
He's just trying to
Tower go.
change things around right now. The army, I think. So I think Dimitri is
Okay.
actually pulling out his best cards out.
Yeah, Dimitri is going out all in there because he knows that just a lightning and one more damage is all that Noob King wants to get that second tower down as well.
So who do you think has
So
an advantage and the upper hand right now? I mean, it's
Clearly-
over time. It's
yeah, it's clearly a Noob King's game here to lose. I hope. I think Dimitri would have to have a good push here to get any chance of winning this match from here on.
and we see another giant coming up. Is that a giant?
Yeah, that's the Electro Giant, and that is the game. for
Oh,
Noob
that is
King.
the game, ladies and gentlemen. We have the final winner of this DELL Singer Online Esports Showdown Clash Royale Grand Finale. The champion, Phoenix Noob King, ladies and gentlemen. He came as the underdog and won the tournament as well. So Noob King won the semi-finals match number 2, and then he won the grand finale as well, all within today. And that's game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to RMB and see. RMB, it's 3-0. We never expected it. We never expected to go as 3-0. We expected at least Dimitri to actually win one game, maybe one or two games to be a close game, something similar like that. But what happened there? How did actually, what was Noob King's deck all about? Because we saw some fast-paced games, and also we saw some strategic gameplays from Noob King.
Yeah, I think Noob King has done his homework well, and he knows exactly what cards will get and he knows how to get the best out of each card, and he used specifically exact cards that he wanted to cater his deck. And I think Dimitri just lost something there, trying to play a different set of decks out of the meta to get the win. But Noob King clearly knew what the strong cards are in the meta right now, and he used them to his advantage very well. As you can see, easily he used those Electro Giant pushers to get all his towers and all his wins. I think it was very a smart play by Noob King.
And exactly, and patience is all about the key with Noob King there. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we had our final winner of a Clash Royale Grand Finale, and that's Noob King, ladies and gentlemen. So that being said, we'll be off for today. We'll be done with DELL Singer Online Esports Showdown Clash Royale, but we'll bring you another Grand Finale during tomorrow and day after as well. And we be stay tuned with GamerLK on GamerLK Facebook channel, because the GamerLK Facebook page, because we'll be putting out all the updates there and all the grand finales which is about to happen within tomorrow and day after as well. So thank you so much for watching us, ladies and gentlemen, and at the same time thank you so much for all the participants who actually participated this tournament as well. And as I always say, it's not about just winning or losing, it's about the experience and the skills you actually get from joining these tournaments. And that also, thank you. I should also thank our title partners, DELL Gaming and Singer Sri Lanka, also our peripheral partners as Logitech G, and our tournament energized by Red Bull. So, and thank you so much as a caster for today, Clash Royale caster for today. That's going to be Rajit Nipuna, aka RMB. Thank you so much for actually,
Thank you, Hela.
joining us
Thanks
as.
for having me, Hela, and I'm so happy to be casting with you, especially. So thank you so much for that option.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you so much as well. So all the production crew members and all the referees, thank you so much for actually, making this work and getting things quicker and pace, to finish things off, in a proper manner as well. And that's it. That's it, guys. So this is DELL Singer Online Esports Showdown 2021 by Gamer.LK, and this was the Clash. This was Clash of Royale Grand Finale. And thank you so much for watching, and we stay tuned with GamerLK Facebook page, because we'll be coming back with this tournament Online Esports Showdown, another grand finals. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This is GLK Hila signing off for today. Thank you so much.
එක්ස්කියස් මී හරි හරි පටන් ගමු
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකෙ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල්නේ
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඩෙල්. මොකක්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ටක් ගාලා සිගයකට දූලෙන්නද?
ඒ මොකටද
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකයේ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප් වසර දෙකක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න.
ලැප්ටොප් නම් ඩෙල් ඩෙල් නම් සිග.
Red Bull gives you wings. ඒක නම් දැන් රහසක් නෙවෙයි.